Welcome to the second installment of Air Fryer Wars, where I become the ultimate judge and rate and compare air fryers using my 11-step scoring system. Don't buy your next air fryer until you watch this. Now you can watch my first Air Fryer Wars video right here. I will link to that down in the description box below. But now I got 3 air fryers with one thing in common: glass windows. We're gonna see if this feature is a must-have or if it's completely useless. If you're considering an air fryer, or even if you have one, you are in the right place. My name is Kathy and I teach people how to use their air fryer. Yes, I made this humongous mess for you. You ready? Let's go. Okay, the contenders are first. Let me sure I get this right. It's the Dreo Pro Max. This one retails at about $120. It's 1500 watts and the capacity is 6.8 quarts. It weighs 11 pounds and the temperature range is from 100 degrees all the way up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's currently ranked number 25 out of all the air fryers on Amazon. And because first impressions are so important, let's see how it smells. Oh, okay, definitely has that factory smell, which, you know, of course that's to be expected, but those stinky smells are definitely something that people notice. I'm gonna rate this one a 3. And the next contender, let me make sure I get this right. It's the Instant Vortex Plus 6 with Clear Cook and OdorErase. Wow, that is a mouthful, but already I really like the sleek look of this air fryer. Let's put this one through the initial smell test. I smell a little bit. It's pretty dang faint though. And also this one comes with that removable tray. All right, it goes that way. I do like that this has the little hook there. It seems a little easier to grab to pull that tray out. Okay, there we go. And the last one is the Instant Vortex Pro. And I actually already reviewed this one, but since it has that glass cover, I wanted to compare it to these other glass cover ones. I still smell a little bit of that factory smell. And when I originally reviewed this one, I gave it a score of 2. Okay, now we're gonna run the lemon vinegar water test. It's just 1 part vinegar, 1 part water, and a couple tablespoons of lemon juice. This is one great way to help cook out the nasty smell in the air fryer. Plus, it leaves a weird residue, so I think it's interesting how some air fryers leave more than other air fryers. All right, I washed out the Dreo, and here's the lemon water. One thing I'm already realizing, just another downfall to these trays. I really don't like those little bumps right there in the middle of the tray. I think it gets in the way of some of the foods. There's the power button. Already I'm liking it's kind of nice and quiet. And the interface looks pretty good too. Here's a preheat button. 400 for 5 minutes. Let that run. Okay, this one's beeping at me, telling me it's done. It did run for a minute more there. Oh, gotta push this button here. And there we go. I'm seeing just a tiny bit of, like, I guess oxidation. I'm not sure what it is on that bowl there. It's not too terrible, so I'm gonna give the lemon water test a score of a 3. Here's the Instant Vortex Plus. Gee whiz, it's the one with the window. It's got a super long name. I'm already noticing that the dish is gonna just lay a little bit easier than the Dreo. And now I'm going to put this up to 400 for 5 minutes and start. And in true Instant Vortex anything, it has the forced preheat. So I'm just gonna drop my time down to 3 minutes. In my first Air Fryer Wars video, this one rated a 3 with the lemon water test. And this one is done. This one also has quite a bit of that oxidation going on, and maybe that's not what it's called, but that's just what I'm gonna call it today. Compared to the Dreo, I'm giving this one of the Instant Vortex Plus Odor Glass one a 2. And for the smell after cleaning, it almost smells worse. I'm gonna give this one a 1. And the Instant Vortex Plus with Clear Cook and OdorErase smell after cleaning, I don't smell anything now, so I'm gonna give this one a 5. And I just realized I forgot to share the specs of this one with you. This one retails at $150. It's 1700 watts. It has a 6 quart capacity and weighs 16.46 pounds. I don't know why they just didn't say 16.5. Okay, whatever. And the specs on the Instant Vortex Pro, it retails at $160. It's 1500 watts, it has a 10 quart capacity, and weighs 17.5 pounds. And the final score after this one was cleaned was, well, let's watch. Oh, yeah, it's still a little warm, but it's very strong on that chemical smell. Definitely still a 2. This one's gross. And even today, I still smell a bit of that chemical smell, which might be one reason the Instant brand created this OdorErase technology. Oh boy, okay, I'm gonna open up and see if they explain how this works. Look, they actually give a recipe. One recipe, and with this one, I know that's been a big complaint for Instant air fryer owners. So it comes with this OdorErase filter, and in this instruction manual, I'm not really seeing any information about the purpose of it. I mean, obviously it's supposed to erase odors. Oh, they've got a full manual available online, so we gotta Google that, but it doesn't have great directions on how to open this, like not even opening for me. I'm gonna give up on this because we got food to start cooking. Next, we're gonna rate how easy it is to open and close. Now for this Dreo model, you can't even open it unless you push this button. It takes just a little bit of force to push it, but the opening and closing, it's nice and smooth, easy to shut. I'm gonna give it a 5. Now the Instant Vortex Plus 6, we'll just call it that. Pretty easy to open and close, just a little bit of force needed here at the very end. I'm gonna rate this one a 4. And the Instant Vortex Pro oven style one opens pretty easily, closes pretty easily too, but after using it a few times, it's been easy. So I'll give this one a 5. For the next part of the test, we're gonna cook up French fries and whole chickens in each one of these air fryers. Thank you for that great idea, Jack's Mail. Plus, we're gonna talk about the glass on these air fryers and see how hot the fronts of each air fryer gets. The Dreo is just over 9.5 inches by just about 9 3/4 inches, and it's about 4 1/4 inches deep. The Instant Vortex Plus 6 is 9.5 inches by almost 10 inches and about 3 3/4 inches deep. And the Instant Vortex Pro oven style has a tray that gives you just over 9 1/4 inches by about 7.5 inches, and there's 2 of them, but they're totally shallow, so you really can't pile on the fries. I'm gonna drop 16 ounces of French fries into each air fryer. And for the Instant Vortex one, instead of doing trays, I'm gonna try this little rotating basket. All right, for the interface, I like how it has everything here on top. I'm gonna just hit air fry, and I believe this menu button is gonna, okay, fries 380 for 20 minutes. But to stay true to my last test, I'm gonna do 400 for 15 minutes and start. A lot kind of going on there, but I like it for the most part. So the capacity is great. It's got great horizontal space, great depth. I'm gonna rank that capacity a 5. The interface is great, it's here at the top. It's a little bit confusing pressing that menu button to scroll through the presets. Presets aren't really a great big deal to me, so I'm not too worried about that. So from the very first use, I'm gonna give it a 4. The button noise, it's very nice. It's a nice little quiet chime. I really like it. I'm giving that one a 5. And the fan noise, it's not out of control bad. I've heard quieter. It's definitely doable. I'm giving that one a 4. As far as that glass goes, you can kind of peek in, but this seems placed a little bit too high in my opinion. All right, this is ready to go. Just a quick little touch. Whoa, I just like barely touched. Okay, I'm gonna air fry. I'm gonna go 400. Okay, here's how we scroll through the temp and time. And it's going to preheat even though I don't want it to. So I'm gonna just dial this down by 3 minutes. So the total time should be right about 15 minutes. There's the start button. I think the interface here is just beautiful. I like how it tells you that it's preheating and where it's landing there in the whole cooking process. The little buttons are just nice. It has a nice little chime when it finishes up. It's not loud and obnoxious, and the fan noise is nice and quiet as well. Capacity on this one, I give it a 4. I think it could go a little bit deeper. I'm interested to see how my chicken fits in here. The interface is great. I love having this dial to change the time and temp. I'm giving interface a 5. The button noise is nice, light, and quiet. You can see in here, I'm giving that one a 5, and the fan is nice and quiet. I'm also giving the fan a 5. All right, I'm just gonna do air fry, temperature. Again, I'm just gonna do 12 minutes, so that preheat kind of acts the same. There's a rotate button. I got hit. Okay, my capacity rating on this one, I think it's misleading. It says it's 10 quart, but really I couldn't have gotten many more fries in that turn basket. The last time I did them on these trays, there wasn't a lot of extra room because there's no depth on these trays. So it says 10 quart, but really it's not, in my opinion, because it's a bit misleading. I'm giving it a 3 for capacity. The interface is pretty straightforward. I like the separate buttons for time and temperature. You got your light, the rotator you can turn on and off, cancel. I give the interface a 5. As far as button noise goes, it is a bit louder than the newer model. When I originally tested this one, I gave the button noise a 3. And lastly, the fan noise. It's ridiculously loud. It's obnoxious. I'm not a fan of the noise of this fan. I give this one a 2. Oh, this one's got 5 minutes left. I'm not sure that there was a shake reminder or that I even heard a beep or anything. They're browning nicely. They could almost be done. Interface is a little bit wonky, you can see there. We'll let that finish. It auto restarts, which I love. Okay, I'm not smelling anything stinky as this one's cooking, but I do want to talk about the glass feature. This glass is very hot, like really hot. It's been running for like 5 minutes, plus that preheat that I think was about 3 minutes. It's hot. I would not feel comfortable having my little 7-year-old over here near this basket. The handle itself is not hot, but the glass is. Now the Dreo glass, interestingly, it's up here and closer to the heating element, but it's not as hot. It's warm for sure. Oh my gosh, that air fryer is so loud, but it's not hot to the touch. And here it's completely done. Again, there's a little bit of glass there you can kind of see. Heat from the glass on this one, I'm gonna rate it a 3. It's warm to the touch, but not like uncomfortably bad. Final result, these fries are fairly evenly cooked, a little bit browner in some spots, somewhat crispy, and they taste pretty good. Some of them are a little bit mushy and soft, so I think maybe cooks a little bit unevenly. For the French fries, I'm gonna give it a 3. Oh yikes, I gotta give this one a shake here. Holy cow, these are very, very crispy. They are for sure done. Oh my goodness. We had 3 minutes left there, so probably that preheat plus 10 minutes would have been absolutely plenty, maybe even like plus 8 minutes. However, I really like where the window's placed. The lighting is great. It's nice to see the food right there in the air fryer. The concept is fantastic. It's just such a bummer that this is so hot. I'm rating the heat from the glass on this one a 1. It is just really hot and I'm not comfortable having my young kids around this one. These are definitely cooked. I think great job on the crispiness. Pretty good job. It just cooks a little bit hotter than the others because it's 1700 watts instead of 1500. Man, I am so sick of listening to this fan noise. It's so loud and obnoxious. I'm totally giving it a 1, maybe actually a 0. I'm changing it to a 0. And let's talk about the heat from the glass again. This is hot. This is not quite as hot as the other one, but pretty hot. I also feel heat just emitting from here on the edge. Yeah, right side is super hot, left side is not. That rhymes and it's weird. I'm rating the heat from this glass and especially the sides a 1. Not comfortable having this around young kids. Oh my goodness, this is finally done. That's hot. Well, that was a fail. And how crispy are these? After all of that time in the little rotisserie basket. Hot. Not even, you know what? They were better when I cooked them on the tray last time. Yeah, this is like a little limpy, soggy fry going on. So when I did these fries last time on the trays, I gave them a 5. This time in that super annoying rotisserie basket, I give them a 2. Now we're gonna do a whole chicken. This takes almost an hour to cook. I'm gonna use the rotisserie function in the Instant Vortex Pro, and I'm really curious to see how a whole chicken does in the basket air fryers with the window. This is a delicious rotisserie chicken recipe that I've done before. It's on page 68 in my cookbook. You can find that at yummyairfryerrecipes.com. Let's pop these in the air fryer. Each of these chickens is just about 5.5 pounds. They are super close in size, so I think they're gonna work great for our test. Here's the recipe for my rub. It's rosemary, oregano, pepper, thyme, sage, ground mustard, garlic powder, onion powder, basil, and salt. It's fantastic. You can snag my cookbook at yummyairfryerrecipes.com if you would love like 160 plus recipes, or take a screenshot of it right here. Just pat your chicken dry, rub some avocado oil all over it, and then rub in those seasonings. Okay, every little crack and cranny. This time I am going to preheat the air fryers. And for the instant brands, I'm gonna have to just go ahead and set my total time, which is gonna be, golly, I'm gonna go with an hour, and I can always, change my mind. So there's a preheat, and I'm just gonna air fry because, I don't know, I could roast, but I think it just does the exact same thing. I think these are more like presets. They're not necessarily changing any function inside the air fryer. It's a question I get asked a lot. I'm just gonna go with air fry. Okay, so that's gonna preheat. The other thing I don't like is that it preheated, but now it's just moved on to cooking anyway, it gives me just a second to throw my food in, but it'll stop while I get my food in. Okay, we're gonna start with the breast side down, and yes, this is going to fit in this air fryer. Oh boy, barely. It's actually scraping up on that burner. Oh boy, well, this will be interesting. All right, this is ready. Plop that right there. Plenty of room. There we go. This is gonna be easy. I'm just going to 40 minutes at 350. There we go. Okay, this is telling me to add food. Can I pause? I wish there was like a pause. I'll just have to like open it and kind of keep it shut. Because I've got to figure out these tools here. Rotisserie cooking, it says always insert rotisserie accessories and food items into the cooking chamber before preheating the air fryer oven. Okay, too late for that. Then it says follow the steps in rotisserie cooking, rotisserie accessories, which I guess is right here, which doesn't really tell me how to do this. So I'll just kind of figure it out. Shove that in there. Hello, gross. Shove this where? Where are we shoving? Here? Boy, and does this go through the chicken? This is kind of gross. Oh yeah, look at that. It goes through. Yay. I figured it out. Do I have to undo screws? Oh my goodness, I think I have to undo screws here. Okay. Okay, once again, air fryer basket will cook rotisserie chickens just fine. This is a pain in the fanny, in my opinion. I'm sure if I'm doing something wrong, you guys will tell me, right? I just want to cook some chicken. Go. Go. There we go. Okay, I think we got that stinking thing on. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I don't think this is gonna work. Well, I'm already smelling something. That other chicken's probably burning. Okay, I just wanted to peek in here. Actually, the glass is not really doing anything for me. Oh goodness, yeah, this is terrible. Oi! Okay, well, we'll just let it cook. And 6 minutes in on this one. This is kind of nice. I can see a little bit more, but just on that one side, I guess. Blocking it. Yeah, it's totally roasting the top. Alrighty, we'll just do it. Alright, well, I've taken forever, so I'm probably gonna just have to preheat itself anyway again. And I'm just like getting hot in this kitchen. I'm ready to take off my sweater. Yes, everything's hot here. Okay, I guess I just don't have the little things in here good enough. I think this is too big. Okay, tell me you guys, this is a 4.5 pound chicken. This should be able to fit in this 10-quart air fryer, right? I'm just gonna cook this on the tray. I know some of you are gonna tell me, Kathy, I cook chicken in that air fryer with no problem all the time. But today's not my day. So all these fancy accessories, they don't impress me, they just cause me frustration. There we go. It remembered where we left off, so we don't have to go through the whole preheat again. And there's that enjoyable noise again. Okay, it's been 40 minutes. It's time to see what's happening. See how that light, what that's telling us. Not a whole lot. Oh boy, there we go. You know what? That's not too terrible considering how close it was to that burner there. So pretty impressive. So now I'm just gonna use my tongs to lift this out and flip it over. And let's just take an internal temp read on this chicken right now. Okay, we got about 133 in the breast. I think we're on track. For those last 20 minutes, we're just gonna have a little trouble here with the legs. We'll see. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go, and it started right back up. Okay, this one's done. Let's see if that little glass tells us anything. Again, not really helpful there. Let's pull it out. Oh boy. So that's interesting. I thought this is what I was gonna see in the other air fryer because this one's deeper, but it's kind of is a little toasty there. Let's go ahead and flip this one. And I'm also gonna take that internal temp here. Breast is 123, 167. Let's go deep in there. Okay, 96, deep inside. Okay, let's give the Dreo 20 more minutes and start. And this guy, well, he's still plugging away. And this one is done. Oh boy. Those legs didn't burn too bad. Let's take a quick temperature again. 162 right there. 190 on the leg. So I'm gonna let this rest for 10 minutes and we'll cut into it. Okay, the Dreo is done. Legs are stuck. And that looks absolutely beautiful. Let's do a quick temperature read. Okay, the breast is definitely done here. Not quite done. The leg is definitely done. So I suspect it's gonna just take longer because this is a 1500 watt air fryer instead of the 1700 watt. So I'm gonna pop that back in. Let's go, 5 more minutes. Oh man, you know what? I just totally botched my footage. So I have flipped this. It's made a big, nice mess all over the place, but the temperature's running just about as I would expect. So I'm gonna just go ahead and give it this last 20 minutes at 350 on the air fry mode. And yeah, it's gonna preheat again, even though it's been running for 40 minutes at 350 degrees. I'm not a fan of this one. This turned out really nice and beautiful. Super impressive, very good flavor. Someone else is gonna try. How is it? Good. Good chicken right there. So the Instant Vortex Plus 6 with Clear Cook and OdorErase. I actually didn't even talk much about the whole OdorErase thing. There was no nasty smells coming from the air fryer as it was cooking, so I guess the filters were working. One thing I forgot to mention was the smell before I even started cooking it, it was a 4. It really wasn't that bad. After reviewing these 11 points on this air fryer, the final score is a 4.0 out of 5. Unfortunately, that big deterrent though is that glass drawer. It gets really hot. So if you have little ones around that don't really understand not to touch, you might not want to snag this one. Otherwise, it performed really good. It's a little bit pricey for 150 bucks, but I could actually give that one a thumbs up. Now for the Dreo. Wow, super juicy. It just took a little bit more time to cook because of that lower wattage, which is just something to be aware of as you're following recipes that you find. That chicken looks really nice. Okay, here's a piece of chicken for you.
It's hot, very hot.
Also very good.
I'll give it like a 4 out of 5.
Was it just like the other one, or is it the same, better, or worse?
No worse.
Yeah, just a little bit more dry. The final cook results for the chicken on the Dreo is a 4, which brings that final score to 3.6. The biggest downfall was the smell of that air fryer after I cleaned it. Otherwise, it ranked fairly decent. The glass was okay, but like not in a super usable place. But if you're really wanting to look inside your air fryer for $120, this could be a pretty good choice. Okay, lastly, the Instant Vortex Pro. Ugh. Oh, you guys, you probably already know. This is not one I can recommend. This one I did take the internal temperature, is reading really nice and high, so juicy. It's a little tougher to cut into, but that really could just be the chicken, right? All right, try a bite, try a bite. It's okay, it's juicy, but...
I think it's the worst one.
You think this is the worst?
Yeah, the first one was the best.
The other one with the drawer, with the glass window, was better. I'm gonna say this one 4 for final cooking results. And the total tally of this one, with all the things considered, the fan noise and the fact that the accessories are so annoying to deal with, and there's really not that much more space, the total score comes to 2.5. I was reminded again today why I don't care for that air fryer. Hey, you can watch my first installment of Air Fryer Wars right here, and then I've got some awesome air fryer recipes you've got to try right here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.